Oh, hello. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to one. Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Oh, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome. Good evening. I don't know where you're watching us from. I think we're live on one on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook. On one on Facebook. We are live on underscore JJ on Twitter. Okay, so you can join us on any of those platforms. All right, once again, good evening. Welcome to Friday segment. If you look on the screen, you can see what we're going to discuss this evening. All right, and the number is on the screen as well to call to join the program. The number is +44 744 9823876. If you're calling outside of the UK, and if you're calling from the UK, just dial direct and join the program. It's a WhatsApp call. Welcome, guys. Okay. Right, we're good to join. We just have to crack on to continue what we're going to discuss this evening. No, I think that's not the. Right, that's the right one. That's the topic for this evening. Okay, DNA after childbirth. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Okay, should DNA should DNA be compulsory? Should it be compulsory after childbirth? Should it be compulsory after childbirth? Should DNA should they make it mandatory? Like it has to be compulsory after childbirth. Once a woman gives birth to a child, or maybe few days, something like that, then they can have to do a DNA test to ascertain who the father is. Okay, what do you think? The line is free. Call one on now on +44 744 982 3876. Call now. The line is free. Okay, the line is open now. You can call to join the program. But first of all, before we start, I just want to let you guys know that this is not we're not giving anyone advice or what to do, something like that. It's just a program that we do every week. Fridays, we discuss with each other, we interact with each other. Okay, so we just here to enjoy ourselves, entertain each other, and then learn as we go as well. All right. So if you can see the let's go, guys, let's go. So should paternity, or you call it DNA test, be mandatory? Yeah, should paternity test be mandatory? Should it be compulsory that once after, immediately after childbirth, they have to do the child DNA test to ascertain who's the father is? Okay, there are reasons why we're discussing this. There's a reason why we just want to like talk about this as a family. We just want to like interact with each other. We just have to like chat with each other. Do you understand what I mean? So we're not referring to anyone directly. We just like having a conversation. Let's just call it a dinner or table conversation as a family. Do you get me? So we're not here to like, maybe offend you. If you get offended, you understand, then we apologize in advance. But we'll let you know that we are just like, you know, having a normal discussion. Okay. Understand? So the question is, should DNA be compulsory? You can say in marriage, should DNA be compulsory after childbirth? DNA after childbirth. Should it be compulsory? Or does it really matter? You understand? So you can put a comment on the comment section. I'll read them out. Or you can still call to voice your opinion. It's not compulsory that you give your name. You understand? So you can just call, not giving your name. If you want to give your name also, that's okay. Then just call and join the program. Understand? So should DNA be made compulsory? There are reasons why. Reasons why. Okay. I don't know if you have heard it's an adage, or you can say it's a proverb. Well, most people they they use it sometimes to like pass a message. They said that the only person that knows the father of a child is the mother. The only person that knows the father of the child is the mother. So all children would, in a perfect world, all children, they should supposed to be aware of their parents. They're supposed to know who their parents is, both the father and the mother. They're supposed to know the names of their parents. You understand the ideal world? Normally, that's the way it's supposed to be. A child is supposed to know both parents. Okay, but sadly, this is not often the case. It's not often the case. It's something that sometimes doesn't. You can see that most children, they don't know their father. They don't know who their father is. Okay, and it's sad. It's so sad. Most of them, they want to know who the father is, but they don't know. That's what I'm saying. In an ideal world, normally every child is supposed to know both biological parents, the mother and the father, even if the father is not present, but they're supposed to know who the father is. You understand what I mean? The actual numbers, especially here in the UK, the actual numbers here in the UK, is, I think, is estimated around 5% or 20% of children in the UK, they don't know who their father is. Here in the UK, I don't know about other countries. You understand? Around 5 to 20%, they don't know who their father is. So then you talk about DNA test or paternity test. It's something that it gives a lot of people peace of mind. To be precise, it gives a lot of people peace of mind. You understand? So if you get that information, you got the information, then you know that yes, maybe this is your child. At least in case in future, it might be something that you have to donate blood, or you have to donate something, kidney or something, they have to do the DNA test again. But already you knew already from day one that this is your child. So there's no doubt. If anything happens, you can just give your blood straight away. You understand? So delaying the revelation, delaying it, the truth can eliminate most times, it damage the relationship, it damage the child. Even, later in future, when the child find out that maybe the parents or the father that was raising them up is not their father. Do you understand what I mean? It would damage the child. It would damage the father. It would damage it damage relationship and all that. Are you getting me? That is the reason why I'm just like something that we're just saying. Okay, but in the way it is difficult because they've not made it. It's not compulsory. You understand what I mean? It's not compulsory. So you find out that if a father is raising a child, and later in future you find out that the child is not it's not his biological child, he's not the real father of the child, it brings a lot of emotional misery for both parties, both the child and the father. Emotional misery, a lot of pain. You understand what I mean? It brings a lot of pain. Emotional misery brings pain to the father, it brings pain to the child because they've known each other for a long time. Then along the line later, then to find out that the, that child is not his biological child, it brings a lot of misery, emotional. You understand? And that's what we're discussing this evening. I don't know what you're taking. I don't know what you think. I don't even know what your thoughts. So that's the reason why I would like you to comment. The number is there, so you can put on the comment section. Should DNA be compulsory in marriage? Okay. Why did I use marriage? Because in marriage, both of you have made you already made the, how will I say, is a covenant, or you already made them, is a contract between, is a binding contract between both parties. That means you have to be truthful to each other, you have to be faithful to each other, you have to, like, communicate. You're both of you are one. So in marriage, that's it. At least that one is certain. Because when there is a relationship or just like courtship, that one, they if a woman got pregnant and she can decide not to do it because there's no binding. You understand what I mean? You've not paid her bride price. You've not married her. You're done. There's no way she doesn't belong to you. So the child, the parents of the woman can even claim the child. It doesn't matter. You understand what I mean? I think that's where it is. Like where I came from. That's the tradition, or that's the culture. You understand? Though most other countries or cultures, they have their own way of maybe they dealing something like that. Get me? But if you guys are married or in a civil relationship or something, the child, at least the man have to have that trust. He must have to have that, believe that that's his child, and that's the reason why. If it's possible, they can do it. They can compulsory, so that a lot of men will not pass through that misery anymore, pass through the pain. All right. For example, this this man came into the UK, okay, with his soon to be wife. They both of them they left Nigeria. They came to the UK. You understand? So the only thing is that they came with a student visa. They came with a visiting visa. So they didn't plan to go back anyway. So they overstayed their visit. The visa expired in their hands and all that. So they stayed here. What happened is that along the line they look for people who can give them paper to work with. Okay. And they start working with other people's paper and all that. Do you understand? So at the process, the 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 woman or the wife, she got pregnant. Okay, me. So gave birth to a daughter, a beautiful daughter. Okay, so when their daughter get to 7 years, when she get to 7 years, they decided to apply for their residency. Because here in the UK, if you have a child and the child is here 7 years and the child has not left the UK throughout that 7 years and the child was going to school here, so I think the parents they have the right to apply for residency through that child. Okay, so these people they plan, they try to do that. They want to apply for the residency. You understand? So the thing is that this man's wife was reluctant. She was reluctant. She didn't want to proceed with that. And he didn't know why she didn't want to proceed. So she told the man that she's not ready, that he should carry on if he wants to apply. Understand that if they get that, then she will follow them and do that later. That she's not ready, she's not sure that they will give them. Okay, so he made the application for himself and his daughter. Okay, the process involves having a DNA test from having a DNA test to prove that that child, the father, is the real father, is the biological father. Okay, just to prove that the paternity of the child. All right, they have to do a DNA test to the child. So to prove the paternity, along the line, yeah, is his daughter, isn't he? He never had any doubt, no doubt, nothing. He never think about anything. So he know when they gave birth to the child. He knows when he's just seen that the child grows, he been together and everything, 7 years. So there's no doubt. He never doubted anything. Okay. So the thing is this, he knows is the girl, is his daughter. The girl is their daughter. Do you understand what I mean? That is it. Having in mind, if the DNA prove positive, UK Home Office will just grant them residency to live here and work. Do you understand what I mean? So he's just excited. He wants to do it as quick as possible. Like I said to you, the wife was reluctant. She didn't want to proceed. So that is it. Home Office invited him over. They went for the interview and all that. He thought that as they invited him, is just to tell him that okay, come and take your papers and everything. Though they said okay, right, you have to do the DNA and everything. So when they did the DNA and all that, they submitted the DNA. They left. So the result came out and all that. They invited this guy to come over. He should come with the daughter. If the wife is around, she can follow them and come over. Like I said to you, she was reluctant. She didn't want to go. So the guy has to go with the daughter. He went to the Home Office. So after when he get there, they was like, "Yeah, you said, are you sure that she's your daughter and all that?" He said, "Yeah, she's my daughter." I don't. They asked the girl. She said, "Yeah, it's my dad." She doesn't know any other person. It's the dad. You understand what I mean? This guy, the daughter, he believes she is. There's nothing. He has no doubt. There's no doubt. There's nothing he has any doubt in his mind that she's not his. So with that, he was just telling them that nothing. She's my daughter, so there's nothing there. They said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes, she's my daughter." I said, "All right then." Okay, you remember that we did a DNA test and everything. He said, "Yes, I know, I knew that." Okay. They said, okay, the thing is that we cannot proceed with the application because the result came negative. The guy was like, what do you mean the result came negative? He said, yeah, the result came negative. Apparently she's not your daughter. Okay, so the DNA test proved that she's not your daughter. It came negative. All that. Is there any way you can call the mother that she has to come over, something like that? So the guy was start calling the wife. She picked up the call. He said to her that, please, can you come over? The home office, they need to see you. They said you have to come. And she said, I told you I'm not coming. I don't want to do it. I don't have anything to do that. If you want to apply, go on and apply. I'm not coming. So he told them that she said she's not coming. You understand? Then they called the lady and said to her, you need to come over. There's a little bit of issue. There's a little bit of problem that we need to sort out. And she said that she's not coming. That was it. She off the phone and she didn't want to pick any call again. So what happened is that this guy normally on a good day, he's supposed to be arrested or something, but they didn't. They said to him that we cannot proceed with the application because the child that you said is yours is not yours. Okay. Normally we're supposed to call the whole social services to come over and pick up the child and everything. But looking at the child, she's healthy and then she's okay. That means you guys are taking very good care of her. You understand what I mean? So they asked the guy, do you still want to proceed to stay with your daughter? And he said, yes, he has to go with her. But they said they can proceed with the application because through the process, she has to be your child. She has to be your daughter for us to give you a paper, for us to give you your residency. That was how this guy left the home office and left. You know, when he was going, he believed that the girl they raised from day one when she was born till 7 years. She didn't know any other person. She called this guy father, papa, everything. But it turns out that it's not his. You understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is, had it been like this guy, he knew from there, he knew when the baby was born, maybe a few days, 2, 3, 4 days after that, there was a DNA test that proved that yes, it's your daughter. Wait, the day he was going for his interview, he was going for his residency, there won't be any problem because he already knew everything's going to be okay. But he raised this girl for 7 years and she knew, she called him dad and he calls the daughter. So what will happen? That means the wife knew that it was not his, but she still goes on and tell him that is the daughter for him to raise this girl. And why did she do that? I don't know. Till today, nobody knows because she left. She didn't come back to the house. She moved from there. So this guy has to stay with his daughter. They just say, assume because he cannot leave the girl, is the daughter. You understand what I mean? Because she doesn't know who's the real dad is, or the biological dad is. So you have to stay with this guy. But the mom left. You understand what I mean? So I don't know. We're discussing this evening. Should DNA be made compulsory? Should it be made mandatory, especially in marriage? Okay. Should it be made mandatory? Because I know that many people, especially women, and most of them that are fully innocent, most of them that we know, many women will not like when they discuss about anything about DNA because they believe that you're supposed to trust your wife, you're supposed to trust your partner, you're supposed to trust your girlfriend, whoever that you're staying with, you're supposed to have that trust. Okay. But if there's a trust between both, why would the person that you're staying with say no to DNA? If the lady said, you say, when you suggested, okay, let's just do DNA test, and she will be like, why will you do that? You don't trust me or not? It does nothing like trust in this. It's something that shows the paternity of the child. It makes the man or whoever that is there comfortable, confident. in case, because there have been a situation where when a child will have an accident or have a problem or have maybe a sickness or have a disease or have maybe a virus, something like that, they need a blood transfusion. They need a blood. And many men, then that's when they'll normally find out that the children they are raising, they are, those children are not theirs. Most of them, that's when they normally find out. And then they'll find out that they'll tell them the blood is it's not matching. It's not matching. It's not the blood is not the same. It's not there's no match. Okay. I don't think that you can give blood. Sometimes the doctors will tell them, okay, sorry, I don't think maybe your blood is suitable to go for you to like donate blood or something. And the man will be like, here is my son or my daughter. Why shouldn't I give a blood? And they say, because it didn't match. What do you mean by it didn't match? He said, apparently it didn't match. It shows that maybe he's not your son. Probably maybe you have to ask, find out. Do you understand what I mean? So that's what I just want to like discuss. Okay. Like I said, the line is open, or you can put on the comment section what you want to say, your opinion, your thought on this. Okay. This is a very, very sensitive topic that we're discussing. Okay. It's a very, very sensitive topic, which I know that many people might be offended. Many women might be offended. Some men as well might be offended. But the thing is this, it's happening because it has ruined a lot of lives. It ruined a lot of people. It have destroyed a lot of relationships. Has destroyed a lot of trust. A lot of people destroy people. You understand? There are people, many. There are some people that some guys. I mean, I know they want to make during the time for the application. They want to make application of visa application to travel abroad, coming maybe here, just to go and do DNA test. Then they will tell them that they can't go because those children are not theirs. And most of you might have seen stories as well going on online and all that. Many people. You understand? You know, that's what I'm saying. Had it been that the DNA was done immediately after the childbirth, he would know his fate from day one. If he wants to raise the child as his own, knowing that he's not the biological father, she is not his biological daughter, then he knows that, yeah, this is what I assigned him for. I'm going to raise her. There's nothing to worry about. So nobody going to blame. He put in effort to do that. You understand? You should take that measure, take the responsibility. But at least he knew that, yes, this is what he is signing to want to do. You understand? Instead of hiding it from day one and then putting into this person, and this person will grow, just like nurture, raise the child, hustle, train them through school. Some of them even going to university and all that. Like I said to you, normally when they will find out, maybe if when they needed a blood transfusion, then that's when the father will might even find out that the son or the daughter that will call him for a long time, it's not his. Okay. So discussing. The line is open. The number is on the screen. +447449823876. Should DNA be made mandatory in relationship or in marriage? Or you can say DNA after childbirth. Does it matter? Does it matter? I said at the beginning, it's only it's only a mother. It's only a mother that knows who the father of the child is. Men don't know. It's only the woman that knows. Who's the once they know who's the father, understand? Unless in case maybe if the person maybe was raped or gang raped or something happened, or some of them that do hookups that they don't know who they slept with. So maybe they might not know, but most times they know who the father of the child they're carrying is. So understand me. So why wouldn't they like to do the DNA when the child is born to ascertain, just to have that paternity test, just to know that the man will have that peace of mind and know that, yes, this is my child. I know that societies, they don't like doing that because of one thing or the other. I don't know the reason. Many places, even here, some countries, they don't want to do it because, if as they will say to you, that they don't want to divide families, that it will bring a lot of commotion, a lot of problem. Some will say that how can they finance it? You understand? To doing all the children they are born, they have giving birth every day. There are a lot of children giving birth to, so that will be a lot of money. It will take a lot of money from the government. It will take a lot of money from the society, something like that. But there is always a way, because some women, when you see them, when they like want to when they want to hold a man or something, tell him, maybe based on talking about, you can say, what they normally call it, when they need the father to pay for the child, they will go to any length. They will even go for DNA test to prove that you are the father. You understand what I mean? They'll go to any length just to prove that he's the father. So, but why is it that most of them, especially the feminist ones, that are fighting for equality and all that, why can they fight for that? To make it legal, to make it mandatory, so that there will be, especially men, because when you're talking about childbirth, most times the only thing that men have, or the only contribution they contributed, is just the donor. It's just the donor. They just donated. Do you understand what I mean? They just donated that specimen. That's all. So every other thing is woman that carries the baby and all that. You understand? Men don't normally have a say into. They don't normally have a say. You can see most times when some men, they will say to you that maybe they don't want the baby. The woman will say, okay, if you don't want it, I'm keeping the baby. She will keep the baby. Men don't normally have a say. You understand? So women have more into keep everything about childbirth. Okay. But many men would like to have that peace of mind. They have that peace of mind. You know, I don't know what you think. Like I said, you can call me or you can put a conversation. Call me, let me know what you think. Okay. The question is this: should DNA test be made mandatory, or DNA after childbirth? Does it really matter? Okay. Call me and let me know what you think. Like I said, I gave a narration about a guy that was applying for his residency here in the UK. He find out that the little girl that he was calling daughter is not his. You understand? Hello. Just hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, hello.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome to Wano.
Yeah, Johnson calling.
Hello, Johnson. Good evening.
Yeah, evening. I'm very excited and glad for this topic you raised today because this topic is very, very necessary in every home because the days of our mothers, all those things are not like that. But these days, because of what the social or the new event of everything has cost, it is necessary. If I use that word necessary, I'm underrated. It is mandatory for every families to go for that DNA test because of what is happening in the society. I will elaborate it small to allow others to put their own input. But the thing is, you can see these days, this celebrity of thing has, or this social media or this TikTok has caused a lot of things. And it says that you see a lady, maybe you have a boyfriend, after many things, maybe eventually you did not marry the girl, you still have interest in that person. Some of them will still have interest on that guy. After not the guy did not marry you and you marry another person, you see many of them, they will now come and say they want this person to bear a son for them or bear a child for them. You see them, they will go into the whole thing because some of them will do it secret now without their husband knowing. You see, maybe, sometimes the truth, you can hide the truth, but to a certain level, the truth will be revealed. Understand?
Yeah.
So the whole thing, you see some of them, you see what we are dragging on social media now. This person said, this is my son. Out of the husband and the wife get married, you see somebody dragging a son and some drag, all those things coming up. So I thank God for this topic which you bring today. It's necessary for families to know, but it's real in the Christendom because some of them will be tarrying before God, looking for their bone after enjoying life. Once God settled them, they will now pack. But all these ones, all these celebrities, all these notorious musicians, you see them, those places too rampant. You want to say another thing. You say this person is your S, all this S. The person did not marry you. Remove your eye from that person. You see, you still have S. You be saying a lot of love things or love discussions, trying to go so deep, coming to maybe taking the person out, doing all these things. What are you doing those things for? Because by so doing those things, peradventure, two of you may end up in a hotel. Peradventure, you may have an intimacy. Peradventure, maybe that time you are not free. Peradventure, it will link or bring out another thing. And you see that the whole thing will escalate. Understand? So I thank God for this topic which you bring today. I'm very, very excited because many homes are having issues. And I believe because of the issues, that's the reason why you brought this DNA test of a thing. So in my conclusion now, it is very, very necessary. It's mandatory for some, especially if you marry a celebrity, if you marry a popular person, both man or woman, it is necessary for you to go for DNA test when you see some crooked things.
It's not only celebrities. Thank you. It's not only celebrities. Thank you for your call.
But why I use those notorious, all this hidden agenda, because when I don't use the popular people, all these people that are non-notorious and that cannot put it in social media, you see them, they will hide it and seal it. Nobody will know. But why I use that celebrities, because many of them will come out openly to social media and say it. If you say anything, they say, I love this man. Maybe because my parents do this or force me to marry a person that I didn't want to marry, or all these things. So that is why I use celebrity.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The line is vacant now. It's free. You can call to join the program. You can call, put the comment on the comment section. Call it. The question is, should paternity tests be made compulsory at birth to stop fathers from disputing their children's paternity and mothers from purposefully naming the wrong fathers or lying about their children's paternity? Okay. I just want to phrase it like that. Should it be compulsory just to make sure that the fathers should have that peace of mind and then avoid maybe like, to stop some mothers lying, just lying about their children's paternity. You understand? So something like that, because if it was made compulsory, if it's made compulsory, every woman that wants to have a baby, okay, forget about those that are going for, maybe the ones that are going, maybe need a donor. That one is different because they're paying for that. That's different. Maybe you cannot, they have to, maybe they will sign in for a disclosure or something that they will not disclose the paternity of the child, something like that. That's different. But I'm talking about those that are in relationship, marriage. You understand what I mean? If it's made compulsory, a lot of things that are happening, a lot of divisions, a lot of problems that are happening, at least it will stop a bit. You understand? I mean that I know that someone can say that without a doubt, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be there. It's ought to be required. Women should be held accountable for lying about who the father is. If the men are held liable for child support, that was what the time was looking for: child support. So if men are held accountable for child support, because once a woman, once like I was saying, I said earlier, if sometimes the guy might know he doesn't want, he's not ready for the child, but the lady can say, okay, I'm gonna have to keep the baby. If you don't want to participate in raising the baby, that is your problem. I'm gonna keep the baby. So along the line later, maybe she'll change her mind and then come for the paternity, just come for the child support. They'll report you to the society, report you to social, they report you just like that. You have to start paying, start making, she will start like requesting money from you for the child support. You understand? So but if, for example, if at the beginning, once there's something like that, everyone knows from day one that yes, once the baby is born, there has to be a DNA test to prove that the paternity of the child. You find out that there people will stop lying, especially a lot of women will stop lying. Some of them that will get their baby from somewhere, like what the caller said. Some of them, you see them, they'll marry, but they'll still be meeting their ex or meeting their past male friends or something like that. Then they will mistakenly get pregnant from that side, and then they will bring it to the man at home, and then have a baby for this person, and the husband will believe that it's their child, and then raise the child without knowing that he's raising someone else's children, he's raising someone's child. You understand? So you see that many of them will stop lying. They will stop lying. They will just like focus and then know what they want to do. Okay. Also, you will stop a lot of divorce. The divorce rate is getting too much. The number of children without fathers, there are a lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of children that without fathers. You get me? It will stop a lot of that. The divorce rate as well, because like I said, if a man later find out that the children are not his, sometimes that relationship is finished. It's over. And those children, what will happen? What's their fate? What is their fate? Maybe the person, their biological father, already has another family somewhere. What was going to happen? Are they going to go there now to disturb that family, or just to disrupt that family? Those are the things. These are problems that happens with this. Those problems could have been stopped from day one through paternity test. At least, even if the man is somewhere else, he knows that he has a son, he has a daughter somewhere, because he will know. You understand what I mean? I remember there's one time a comedian made a joke. He said that if DNA testing became mandatory, that many people would be shocked to learn that some of their fathers are not actually their biological fathers. It sounded amusing because a lot of people were laughing over it. And most of them that were laughing, and they knew what he was saying. They knew that what he said was right, that he was making a direct speech or direct point to them directly. It's just like telling them what most of them maybe they knew, but they will laugh over it. Do you understand? He made it as a joke. He was just making a joke. That many people, they'll be surprised to know that they are the person they call their father, the biological father. It's not actually their real father. Do you understand what I mean? So I get that. I understand that. Like I said, some women will say that if you're if you're in a relationship with someone and if you don't trust them, well, why are you in the relationship with that person? Normally, you're supposed to trust your spouse. You're supposed to trust your partner. You're supposed to trust your wife, or you're supposed to trust your girlfriend. You understand? Then you ask yourself, ask the person as well, why, if you trust yourself, well, then why can't you do the DNA test? Because it has nothing to do with the trust. It's just to prove the paternity of the child. So if you don't have anything to hide, so why are you disputing doing it? Do you understand what I mean? If he has nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? Do you get me? Because if you don't, if you're okay, you know that what everything is right. You're supposed to win with the person that said, okay, let's do it, so that you have that peace of mind. Let us live our life really. Then you do it and have a free. The man will have be free. Do you understand? Even make the person to even trust you the more. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's not that asking for DNA test means that he doesn't trust you. Sometimes some of them, they want to know, they want to be sure, because you never know. Sometimes the child might be mistakenly changed at the hospital. There are some places in the third world, there are some hospitals that you go, mistakenly they will give you another child. They give you another person's child. It's not the woman's fault. She gave a baby, she gave birth, but they changed the child. It happens. It's not only in movies, it happens real. So, but through DNA test, if if they do something like if it's mandatory that once the child is at the immediately the child is out from the mother's belly, if the woman gives birth to the child, 2 days or 3 days, it depends. They'll do the DNA test and everything. Then they will find out. Then they will try to trace everything what happened. She knows herself. She knows everything. Like I said, it's only a woman that knows the father of a child she's carrying. You understand? So if they swap the child, she will know. Said, okay, no, 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 no. I know myself. I know my. They would after the DNA, they know straight away. There will be investigation and everything. They will find out immediately that there in the hospital. And most hospitals will not do start. They will stop doing that because they know there will be a mandatory DNA test. You understand? It will save a lot of families harm and all this misery. It will save a lot of families. It will save a lot of men. Some men, many men have died early because of this. Understand? So I don't know. Like I said, I know that some people will find they might find this insulting. But what does the woman, like I said, have to hide? What is it that you're hiding? If the test is successful, if they do DNA test and it's successful, cool. No issue, no problem. At least the man will have the evidence that the child is his. You understand what I mean? He has the evidence. The child is his. He will have that peace of mind. Simple. You understand what I mean? If they made it compulsory, but I'm just like saying, but you and me know that in the ideal world it will not happen because people that handle this child support and all that, they make a lot of money through that. Okay, they make a lot of money through that. And you know that many women, once they get to that, once it's mandatory, and if it's something that they have to make it compulsory to have a DNA test, so many of them that were just giving having children just for the sake of having how would it, just having a baby or sake of child support, it will stop. Do you understand? It will stop. A lot of them will stop. And most of them will stop lying because They can't lie anymore. Okay? And someone can say, what if it fails? What if it fails? Though the information, you just have it. The man can make his choice. He can decide if he want to stay or if he want to raise the child or not. At least he knows what he want to do, what he want to sign it. All right, no problem. We already have the child here. What can I do? He raised the child as his own. You understand? At least he knows. He already knew what he want to do. He knows what he want to sign. He know what everything he want to do. You understand? It's not like I don't know how to explain this. Okay, I don't know how to express this. You understand? There are some people. There's this footballer in Ghana, forgetting his name. The same thing happens to him. He got, or should be 3 kids. The children were grown. Okay, at the end of the day, 3 of them were not his. Do you get me? Why is all this happening? Because of many people, some women, they're taking advantage of them. They're taking advantage of the society lapses or something like that, that they take advantage of. Because even in some places, they don't even want to hear DNA. What are you talking about DNA? Even if you go to some religious gatherings or something, they don't want to talk about it. You understand? But this is something that supposed to be, especially women, those that are fighting for equal opportunities, feminists or whatever they want to call themselves. This is supposed to be their first, supposed to be in their first agenda. What they're supposed to do, just to make sure that yes, all the children, they know who their father is and who their mother is. They are aware, 100% aware who their father is and who their mother is. Because once there's a DNA test, definitely they will know who the father is. The father will know who the child is. Some men, they are not, they are where they are. They don't even know they have children somewhere. They don't know that they have children somewhere. They have children. I'm not talking about child. I mean children somewhere. Because some of them have taken advantage of them. And the lady will find out that she's pregnant, but she will not tell them. And she will raise their child on that someone else's roof. You understand? In all honesty, I believe seriously, it ought to be necessity right away. It's supposed to be something that they implement, but I'm not the one implementing it. I don't know if you are the one, but we're just discussing it this evening. Not just for the fathers, not just for the fathers to know or the father's knowledge, but also for the child to be aware that they know their father's identity. They know who their father is. There are some children, there are some of them that have grown adults. They don't know who their father is. They don't know who their father is. Maybe the person they call father find out that he's not their biological father, and he said that he doesn't want to have anything to do with them anymore. You understand? And some of their mothers, they will not like to tell them, and they still insisting that they don't know. So those kind of children or those kind of people, what will you tell them? They don't know who their father is, but they're supposed to know. They're supposed to know. I said this is a sensitive topic. All right, it's a very, very sensitive topic. Many people, like I said, many people might not like it. Some might find it offensive. Okay, but like I said, a lot of people, many people here in the Western world, I don't know about Africa or some other places, a lot of men, a lot of guys, they are in dilemma, they are in a mess because of this. You understand? Because of this. Because at the end of the day, for example, here in the West, if a woman has a baby and then stay with you, at the end of the day, you find out that the baby is not yours. What are you going to do? You're going to leave. You go wherever you want to go. She's still going to keep the baby. But this person maybe is been in the life of this baby for a long time. Where will he start? He has to start afresh again. This is not right. Because from the day one, if you knew, he could have made it, maybe he could have just made the decision what he want to do when the baby was born. If you want to be the father, if you want to like participate in raising the child, he made a decision straight away. If you find out that it's not his, but if it's his, you have that peace of mind. It's his father, he's just his child. Then do whatever I want to do. So why can't they do DNA compulsory, paternity test mandatory? You understand? That's what we're discussing this video. How do you get me? It's just a question we're asking. Should they do it? Should they do it? Like the caller called, he said to him, it's supposed to be mandatory. Understand? Because, like I said to you, sometimes when the father find out that it's not his child, and then he left, sometimes the woman will still use that child to hunt them. They use that child to hunt them. Is that through maybe child support or anyhow? Or sometimes when a woman lied, to the man that she's dating, when a woman lied to the husband, she uses it as a means of hurting him by claiming the child is not his. I don't know if you understand what I said. Sometimes she knew that the child or the children are not his from day one. The man didn't know. But when the relationship start having problems, they start having issues in the relationship. When they start having difficult, or let's just say there's a problem, there's a dispute or there's a conflict in that relationship. You understand? Some of them, they use that to hurt the man. Okay? Said, well, come on, these children, what are you talking about? Those are not your children. You're not even man enough. Those are not your children. You know what I mean? They will just use that to hurt the man. Those are not your children. Do you understand? Having in mind that it's only a woman that knows who's the father of their child is. So when they tell the man that kind of words, I say to you, those children are not yours. So when you're talking about those children, don't talk what you don't know, because look at their faces. They look like you. They are not yours. So don't start talking about the children and whatever. Understand? The children are not yours. So how do you think? How do you perceive? How the man will feel? Okay, the kind of hurt, the kind of heartbroken, the kind of pain that man will go through, because peradventure may just say that maybe it's just all his life he's been raising those kids. Then later he realized that they are not his. He has wasted almost maybe 17 years, 20 years of his life raising the kids, some to the extent of even sending them to university. At the end of the day, then he realized that those kids are not his. Or maybe he didn't find out through DNA. He just find out from his wife due to they're having conflict, due to quarreling. They are quarreling. She's angry. Then she's busted out. She busted out. You think you call yourself a man. You are not man enough. Look at those children. You say they are yours. They are not yours. Sometimes you see them, they will call the name of the father of those children. Just to let you know that she knew all along 20 years ago all along, maybe she's still in contact with that person behind. Understand? Now she's letting this man know that those children are not his. Do you know what I mean? Someone just said, okay, what's wrong with the man? Maybe is it that he cannot pregnant the wife, or what really happened? That is not the issue. The issue we're talking about is that she knew for 20 years that this man would be raising someone else's children. And she knew the name of the father, or the name of the biological father of those kids. But all along, she closed her mouth. She pretended that she didn't know anything. And this man is raising those kids. Intention, having it, maybe like believing that those are his own, because you know how it is. Based on trust, he trusts the wife, he trusts the person he's living with, and then he raises the kids as his own. Do you understand what I mean? So 20 years of his life just wasted. Even if he has issue that he cannot pregnant the wife, had it been that he knew from day one there's a DNA test that find out that is the first child is not his, then maybe he could have said, okay, what happened? He find out that he cannot pregnant a woman, then he would treat himself. He knew from day one that he cannot, then he would treat himself. Already know. But he didn't know. You have the first one, second one, maybe the third one or fourth one. All of them are not his. Then when you find out after 20 years, how do you think? You understand what I mean? So that's what we're just talking about. Okay. Like I said, it's for both parties, because the woman will have peace of mind. The man will have peace of mind. There won't be any lies anymore, because you cannot go outside and then impregnate, or go back to your ex-boyfriend, or go back to your ex, or whatever, whoever that is, you get pregnancy and come into the house, because the man will find out through DNA. Because once the baby once the baby come out, straight away there will be DNA test. He will know. So most women will stop doing that. They will stop lying. At least that is it. Will stop lying. And two, the men will know who their children are, biological children. They will put in their mind, if the man doesn't want to participate, then when you know that, yes, the society knows the father, he cannot hide. So he has to contribute to the child, either through, I don't know. He can't run away. He can't hide, because they know through DNA test. He cannot hide. The man will not hide. There's no way to hide anymore, because the government or the society, everything, they know, they have the data. The child knows. The woman knows. The man also knows. So he can't run away. So that means he has to be responsible to train the child. He has to participate in raising the child. You understand? Those are the benefits. You understand what I mean? So I don't know what you think. That's what we discussed this evening. I don't know what you think. Should DNA be made mandatory? Should it be made compulsory? Because if you open TikTok, social media, a lot of them, Facebook, Instagram, the stories, they are there. A lot of you see them. It's happening. It's happening. Do you understand? That's what we discussed it, and that's what we discussed this evening. And then I don't know your thought. You can put on a comment section later, or you can watch this in later, or share them to your friends, whatever. It's just a question that we asked: should it be made mandatory? Should it be made compulsory? But instead of waiting for the government, both parties, okay, especially the younger ones that are getting married or something, you decided with your partner and said, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Okay, if you said to her that this is how we're going to do it, and she refused or something, then you guys going to sort it out. Do you understand? Do you get me? But I think it's good to do that. It's good to do that. So that this man, the person, at least you have a choice. You as a man, you have a choice. If you find out at the end the child is not yours, you have a choice. Do you understand what I mean? It's not, you have a choice. That is what we have to start. That's what we're discussing. You understand? That's what we're discussing this evening. All right. So I don't know if you are with us to this time. I just have to say thank you for staying with us. Okay, like I said at the beginning, this is a very, very sensitive topic. It's a very sensitive topic. All right. It's been a while I wanted to discuss about this, but I'm just like every time I want to talk about it, my mind keeps skipping. Do you understand? I don't know how to where to start to discuss it because it's a very sensitive topic. It involves a lot of things, you know what I mean? So many people, if your relationship with someone, maybe they will say to you they don't trust them, or understand you don't believe in them, or something. I don't know. But what I normally say is that if you have nothing to hide, there's nothing to be afraid of. At the end of the day, both parties win. Okay? Wins. And that's the first thing. Because if you're married or your relationship with someone, especially those that are married, both of you become one. So you shouldn't hide anything from each other. So that is how it is. You understand? To me, I think it's supposed to be mandatory. It's been mandatory to save a lot of things, to save a lot of families, to save a lot of men from pain, as well to separate some evil women from the real ones, because there's a lot of good women out there. Those that are fighting, those that are trying their best, understand, to conform to this nature. I mean, it's hard now, it's difficult. There are a lot of them out there, okay? And those ones, I just say kudos to you guys. You understand what I mean? So, okay, that's what we're going to stop this evening. And I'll see you guys next week, okay? Please don't forget to share this program, all right? And then if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook, please do so. And I'll see you next week if God tarries. Have a lovely weekend.